Hello, this is Slate with Combo of Rocks, bringing you another video deck tech of a deck that we built and sold by request. If you're not familiar with us, we make and sell custom budget EDH decks. These decks are light on the budget, so they may not be optimal or competitive, but they're definitely fun and centered around a central theme that you can build on. Today we have Yarus, Roar of the Old Gods, 2 red-green for a 4/4 legendary centaur druid. Other creatures you control have haste. Whenever one or more face-down creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. Whenever a face-down creature you control dies, return it to the battlefield face-down under its owner's control, and if it's a permanent card, then turn it face-up. So yes, this is all about cards with Morph and Manifest and anything that allows you to play your creatures face down. So let's get into the deck. We have Domri, Anarch of Bolas, 1 red-green for 3 loyalty Domri. Creatures you control get +1/+0. +1, add a red or green. Creatures your spells you cast can't be countered this turn. -2, target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. Cindervines, red-green enchantment. Whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, it deals 1 damage to that player. Pay 1 and sack it to destroy target artifact or enchantment, and then it deals 2 damage to that permanent controller. Ire Shaman, 1 in red for 2/1 Orc Shaman. It has Menace with Megamorph Red, which is kind of like Morph, but it turns face up with a 1/1 counter on it. Whenever it is turned face up, exile the top card of your library until the end of turn. You can play that card. Pyrotechnic Performer, 1 red for 3/2 with Disguise for red. Much like Morph, you get a 3-mana 2/2, but it does have Ward 2. When it or another creature you control is turned face up, that creature deals damage equal to its power to each opponent. Ash Cloud Phoenix, 2 red for a 4/1 Phoenix with flying. When it dies, return it to the battlefield face down under your control with Morph 4 and 2 red. When it's turned face up, it deals 2 damage to each player. Bolt Bender, 3 in a red for a 4/2 Goblin Wizard with Disguise, 1 in a red. When it's turned face up, you can choose new targets for any number of other spells and or abilities. Show-stopping Surprise, 3 red for an instant. Choose target creature you control, then turn it face up if it's face down. Then it deals damage equal to its power to each other creature. Death Mist Raptor, 1 green for a 3/3 Dinosaur Beast with Death Touch. Whenever it is turned face up, whenever a permanent you control is turned face up, you can return this from your graveyard to the battle face up or face down with Megamorph 4 and a green. Hooded Hydra, X green for a 0/0 Snake Hydra, enters with X counters. If it dies, create a 1/1 green snake for each 1/1 counter on it. With Morph, 3 green. When it is turned face up, put 5 1/1 counters on it. Whisperwood Elemental, 3 green for a 4/4 Elemental. On your end step, manifest the top card of your library, turn it face down as a 2/2. Sacrifice Whisperwood Elemental until end of turn, face up. Non-token creatures you control gain. When this creature dies, manifest the top card of your library. Den Protector, 1 in a green for 2/1 Human Warrior. Can't be blocked with creatures with power less than it. Megamorph, 1 in a green. When it's turned face up, return any card from your graveyard to your hand. Experiment 12, 3 in a green for a 4/4 Elf Lizard Warrior with Trample. Whenever it or another creature you control is turned face up, put 1/1 counters on it equal to that creature's power with Disguise 4 in a green. Crozen Cloud Scraper, 7 and 3 green for a 13/13 Beast Mutant. On your upkeep, sack it unless you pay 2 green with Morph 7 green. Crozen Colossus, 6 and 3 green for a 9/9 Beast with Morph 6 green. Primal Whisper, 4 and a green for a 2/2 Elf Soldier. Gets +2/+2 for each face-down creature in play with Morph 3 and a green. Print Lifter Ooze, 1 in a green for 2/2 Ooze with Death Touch. Whenever it or another creature is turned face up, create a 0/0 green Ooze token with Trample. The token enters with X 1/1 counters on it, where X is the number of other creatures you control with Disguise 3 and a green. Root Elemental, 4 green for a 6/5 Elemental with Morph 5 green. When it's turned face up, put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. Eudora Grave Gardener, 4 and a green for a 5/5 Legendary Treefolk Druid. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, you can return it to the battlefield face down under its owner's control. It's a forest land. Obviously, if it has Morph, you can turn it face up for its Morph cost or using the commander's ability. Curator Beastie, 4 green for 6/6 Beast with Reach. Colorless creatures you control enter with 2 additional 1/1 counters on them. When it attacks or enters, Manifest Dread. So look at the top 2 cards of your library, put one of them face down as a 2/2 and the other into your graveyard. Timir Worm Shaman, 4 green for a 4/5 Human Shaman, and when it enters, manifest the top card of your library. Whenever a permanent you control is turned face up, if it's a creature, you can have it fight target creature you don't control. Thunderfoot Baloth, 4 green for 5/5 Trample Beast. As long as you control your commander, gets +2/+2, and other creatures you control get +2/+2 and have Trample. Trail of Mystery, 1 in a green enchantment. When a face-down creature enters under your control, you can search for a basic land, put it in your hand, and shuffle. Whenever a permanent you control is turned face up, if it's a creature, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Obscuring Aether, 1 green for an enchantment. Face-down creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. You can pay 1 in a green to turn it face down as a 2/2 creature. Dream Chisel, 2 mana artifact. Face-down creature spells you play cost 1 less to play. Scroll of Fate, 3 mana artifact. Tap it to manifest a card from your hand, turning it down as a 2/2 face-down creature. Panoptic Projector, 4 mana for an artifact. Tap it. The next face-down creature you spell you cast costs 3 less to cast, so free for a Morph. If turning a face-down permanent face-up causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, it triggers an additional time. Dissection Tools, 5 mana artifact equipment. When it enters, Manifest Dread, then attach this to that creature. Equip creature gets +2/+2, has Death Touch and Lifelink. With Equip, sack a creature. We have Gruul Signet, Talisman of Impulse, Arcane Signet, Soul Ring, Expose the culprits. 1 in a red instant, choose one or both. Turn target face down creature face up, or exile any number of face up creatures you control with disguise in a face down pile. Shuffle that pile, then cloak them. Rage Form. 2 red enchantments. When it enters, it becomes an aura with an enchant creature. Manifest the top card of your library and attach Rage Form to it. Enchanted creature has double strike. Skirk Marauder. 1 in red for 2-1 goblin with morph. 2 in red. When it's turn face up, deal 2 damage to target creature or player. Shellskin Plower. 3 in red for 3-2 beast with morph. 4 in red. When it's turn face up, destroy a land. Skirk Volcanus. 3 in red for 3-1 morph. Sack 2 mountains. When it's turn face up, it deals 3 damage divided as you choose among any number of other creatures. Concealed Weapon. 1 in red equipment. Equip creature gets +3/+0 with disguise. 2 in a red. When it's turn face up, attach it to a creature you control with equip. 1 in a red. Atarka Efreet, 3 in a red for a 5-1 Efreet Shaman with Megamorph. 3 in a red. When it's turn face up, it deals 1 damage to a creature or player. Soulseer, 2 in a red instant, deals 5 damage to a creature or planeswalker. That permanent loses indestructible until end of turn. Kazul's Fury, 2 in a red instant, is additional cost to cast. Sack a creature. Then this does damage equal to the sack creature power to any target. Can also be a tapped red land. Colony Ambush, 2 in a green instant, target creature you control fights a creature you don't control. Can also be a tapped green land if you need it to be. Threats around every corner. 3 in green. When it enters, Manifest Dread. Whenever a face down permanent you control enters, search your library for a basic land card, put it on the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. Experimental Lab. 3 in a green. This is a room. Whenever you unlock this door and Manifest Dread, then put 2/1 counters and a trample counter on that creature. Staff Room. 2 in a green. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, turn that creature face up or put a 1/1 counter on it. Pine Walker, 3 green for a 5/5 elemental, morph. 4 in a green. Whenever it or another creature you control is turned face up, untap the creature. Segmentic Crotic, 5 in a green for a 6/5 insect with Megamorph. 6 in a green. Inox Survivalist, 1 in a green for a 2/1 dog shaman with Megamorph. 1 in green. When it's turned face up, destroy an artifact or enchantment an opponent controls. Natuko Vigilante, 3 in a green for a 3/2 insect druid mutant with morph. 1 in a green. When it's turned face up, destroy an artifact or enchantment. Salt Road Ambushers, 3 in a green for a 3/3 dog warrior. Whenever another permanent you control is turned face up, if it's a creature, put 2/1 counters on it with Megamorph. 3 in 2 green. Vengeful Creeper, 4 in a green for a 5/5 plant elemental with disguise. 5 in a green. When it's turned face up, destroy artifact or enchantment an opponent controls. Flourishing Bloomkin, 1 in a green for 0/0 plant elemental, gets +1/+1 for each forest you control with disguise. 4 in a green. When it's turned face up, search for 2 forests, reveal them, put one of them onto the battlefield, tap the other into your hand. Garruk's Uprising, 2 in a green enchantments. When it enters, if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, draw a card. Creatures you control have trample, and whenever a creature you control with power 4 or greater enters, draw a card. Hunter's Talent, 1 in a green enchantment class. First level, when it enters, target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to a creature you don't control. 1 in a green levels it to 2. Whenever you attack, target attacking creature gets +1/+0 and trample until end of turn. 3 in green level 3. At the beginning of your end step, you control a creature with power 4 or greater, draw a card. Break down the door, 2 in a green instant. Choose one, exile an artifact, an enchantment, or Manifest Dread. 1 in a green, Manifest Dread. Does exactly what the name says. Return to nature, 1 in a green instant. Destroy an artifact, enchantment, or exile a card from a graveyard. Broken Wings, 2 in a green instant. Destroys an artifact, enchantment, or a creature with flying. Shower of Arrows does the same thing, except you get to scry 1. Utopia Sprawl, 1 green enchants a forest. Choose a color. The forest then taps for an additional mana of the chosen color. Wild Growth, 1 green enchants a land. That land taps for additional green. Fertile Ground, 1 in green enchants a land. That land taps for additional mana of any color. Rampant Growth, 1 in green, search for a basic land, put it on the battlefield, tapped, then shuffle. Explore, 1 in green, you can play an additional land this turn, draw a card. Ranger's Path, 3 in a green, search for 2 forest cards, puts them onto the battlefield, tapped, then shuffle your library. Peregrination, 3 in a green, search for 2 basic lands, puts them onto the battlefield, tapped, shuffle your library, then scry 1. Into some lands, we have Game Trail, Cinder Glade, Mossfire Valley, Temple of Abandon, Sheltered Thicket, Kessig Wolf Run, tapped for colorless, X red green, and tapped. Target creature gets +X/+0 and gains trample until end of turn. Branch of Vidogazi, tapped for colorless, you can disguise it for 3. When it's turn face up, add 2 mana of any one color until the end of your turn. You can't lose mana as steps and phases end. Blighted Woodland, taps for colorless, 3 in a green, taps, sack, search for 2 basic lands, puts them onto the battlefield, tapped, and shuffle. Escape Tunnel, you can sack it to search for a basic land, put it on the battlefield, tapped, or sack it to give a creature with power 2 or less the ability not to be blocked. If you do this on a morph creature and then you turn the morph creature face up, even if its power is greater than 2, it still can't be blocked. Command Tower, Gruul Turf, Gruul Guildgate, Rugged Highlands, Racer's Ring, Bleeding Woods, some basic mountains and forests. That's the deck. I hope you enjoyed it, but we'll see you next time.